So, yes, I'm making chicken soup today, but my soup is the chicken is gonna be rotisserie chicken. So I have to prepare my rotisserie chicken. Now, if you don't have a rotisserie in your home, and you don't have one outside, or it's inconvenient, you can put it in the oven, or you could go ahead and buy a rotisserie from the store. Just don't get it too infused with too much. I'm going to concentrate doing my rotisserie chicken with just some fresh herbs, some lemon, a little bit of butter, pepper, salt, zeste de Provence, which is a blend of herbs from the south of France, sea salt, and yeah, that's about it. So real simple. I'm going to season my chicken that I left in the oven, the refrigerator for about an hour just to dry out after I cleaned it and patted dry. It just makes the skin a little better. I'm going to drop some pepper in the cavity as well. Some zeste de Provence, just a couple pinches. A quarter lemon I'm going to drop in there. And then I got some sage that I had left over from many different dishes, but I got to use it. So I'm going to put a little bit of celery in there, stuff it in there. I'm going to grab some parsley, just stick it in there. This is all going to give it some lovely flavor. And yeah, I think that's it. I got a rosemary in there. Let's put another one. There we go. Okay. All right, not too difficult. Now, if you're doing a rotisserie, a little trick is to separate the skin from the breast. You use the back of your knife, just stick it in there, roll it around. If you use your fingers, sometimes it'll rip it. Use the soft end of a knife. If it's really jagged, don't do that. But anyways, it's very easy, as you can see. Hope you can see that. Okay, and then I'm going to pull it out. And now I'm going to take some more pepper and just drop it right where I started to pull the skin. And put a little bit of zeste de Provence. I'm going to put a little salt there. And basically create like a little rub there. And now I'm going to take my finger, push it in, and that flavor is going to stay with that, but it's not going to overpower it for my soup later. All right. Now a little butter. That's just going to add so much flavor to it. I love butter. Who doesn't? But anyways, just a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of butter. And if you want, you can use your knife to help you push it down like that. Sometimes you gotta use your finger. I'll show you the other way I do it. Push, 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 push. There we go. There. Beautiful. Now I'm gonna take a couple lemons and push them in as well. On each side. Work that in there, work it in there. Take another one, stick it, let it drop by the drum. It's going to hold nicely. And I'm going to take another butter, stick it above that, and it's going to drip into the drum and also on the breast. And then I have another little lemon. You can just push that in gently, push that in gently. And that's it. My herbs want to come out. It's okay. That's why we're going to truss it now. So I have a lot of videos on this. I'm probably going to cut some of this out, but it's real easy. First, I tie the first leg. And I always give myself extra. And do that again. And I have a lot of videos where I have like 5 rotisserie chicken recipes on my channel, so you want to check those out. Be my guest. Just variations with garlic and just all good stuff. All right, so I wrapped it around the drum, came around. I'm just going to make another knot so it doesn't go anywhere. And then I'm going to go push this down so it closes it. Come all the way across and over, come back. And then I'm going to take my extra string, remember, from the drum, I left the extra string, and I'm going to position it right by the wings and get it tight, and you see how that's going to bring the breast nice and plump, and that's the key. You want everything to be nice and tight on a rotisserie. Now, obviously, if you're doing this in the oven, you don't have to do what I'm doing. You can. Can't hurt. All right. Now, I'm going to take this, go around, tuck in my wing, and go under. This is probably the trickiest part. Not really. But go under, pull it up, and go back. Tuck your wing in. Make sure it's nice and tucked in there. See how I did that? In there? Okay. And just give it a nice knot. Put your finger, come across, and boom. And we are done. What's that? Oh, I have a little piece of butter. Let's just stick it in the cavity. Why waste that, right? Okay, I've done that. Before I put some olive oil over this and season it again, I'm going to go ahead and mount my chicken, which I prefer to do it like this. I go in the neck first. Feel it, watch your fingers. There you go. And then get it into the breast. Boom. And then I like to hold it up like this. It's just easier. And what I'm going to do, oops, you want to go like this so that where you screw it in, it goes through the back. It's just easier to screw in. All right, I'm just going to push and give it a good tightening. And little Steve trick, if you have a rotisserie, just give it a little extra tight. Don't overdo it because you'll mess it up. By the way, I only use a screwdriver for these purposes. All right, now when you look at it, it's a little off, but I'm going to fix it. All right. Let's just slide that down. Yeah, I like that better. I mean, it's really not that big of a deal, but, you know, it's probably better to have it nice and centered. There we go. Back down, hand tighten it, and then a little pump. All right. I'm just going to mount this on my rotisserie. I'm going to move the camera so you can see what I'm doing, and we'll be right back. I'm not ready to wash my hands. First, I have to season this a little bit more. So I have some infused olive oil with Zelle de Provence. If you don't have this, just use regular olive oil. Do not use extra virgin or virgin, regular olive oil. But if you get an old rosé bottle and put some Zelle de Provence at the bottom and let it infuse, it's wonderful. Adds a lot of flavor, easy to do. Takes a couple of weeks before you get the flavoring in. Gonna add some more Zelle de Provence. And really for the soup, I'm just gonna use the thighs and the breast. So the leg and wings, I'm gonna eat it for lunch or something. Yeah, why not? All right, I got salt. I got Need some pepper. There we go. Beautiful. And let's give it a good rub. Remember, meats love to be massaged. Just make sure you got that oil nice and there we go. There you go. All right. Now I'll move the camera. We'll be back. Let's mount my beautiful chicken. And by the way, I'll probably make this a separate video on a quick way to make a rotisserie chicken and link this to how I do the rotisserie chicken for the soup, because I have a feeling it might be too long. All right, Steve tip. In the breast, we're going to stick a Bluetooth thermometer. It's much easier. Let's spin that. It's much easier to know when it's ready and it's cooked. So there's a good spot. Right there. Stick that guy in the thickest part. Right. Oops. Too much cushion there, huh? Okay. There we go. Beautiful. All right, so I made the stock ready for the chicken soup. That video is already published. You can check that out. It's an amazing French chicken stock. It just goes so well with chicken noodle soup. I mean, I really call this just chicken soup, because sometimes I'll put noodles in it, sometimes I'll put rice, sometimes I'll change up the vegetables, and just watch the video for the chicken stock and the chicken soup, and you'll see what I'll do. It's wonderful. Anyways, we'll be back soon. Okay, we got about 10 more minutes before the rotisserie is ready. I peeled and sliced some yellow potatoes and put them in the bottom to capture those juices for dinner. And most of the chicken's going to be used for the soup, the chicken soup. Anyways, look how beautiful that is. We'll be right back. Okay, so my internal thermometer for my Bluetooth, which let me show you, says it's ready. I don't know if you can see that, but that's the wonderful thing. It tells me how long it'll need to cook and a countdown and when it's ready. Now I'm going to turn off my heat. I'm going to pull my rotisserie all the way out and let it rest. And I'm going to let it rest 10-15 minutes. Then I'm going to let it cool further, and then I'm going to carve it up and get it all ready for the soup, and we will be back. So hang in there. So that's what the rotisserie looks like. The potatoes all cooked in that beautiful golden juices dropped by the rotisserie. After it rests, I'll carve it. We'll be done with this phase, and I can do my chicken soup. I save part of this chicken for dinner as well for tonight. And bonne soirée, bon appétit. Please subscribe. Check out my other chicken rotisserie videos. This is just a quick one to do for my chicken soup, noodle soup. Look how beautiful that is. Anyways, I'm basically going to split this chicken into two. And one half is going to be for dinner. And the other half, I'm going to remove all the meat, and that will be for the chicken soup. Now, to do that, I need to remove the string. Well, I don't really have to, but now I'm just going to make sure legs are loose. There we go. And I'm just going to go right smack in the middle. And break that out. And I'm going to pull it away from the ribs or the spine, whatever you want to call it, the backbone. There we go. Beautiful. And that is going to be for dinner tonight. There we go. Drop that in there. Oh, I wish you could smell this. Just amazing. Okay. And then I'm going to take my beautiful potatoes. Look at that. Beautiful. And I'm going to put them in there. And that's going to be the main course for the two of us tonight. I'm just going to pop that in the oven and warm it up. And there you have it. Okay. Now, I'm just going to take the stuff I don't want, bring it over here, all those herbs, and I'm going to take my knife, and I'm just going to pull that. There we go. Beautiful. All right. There. Okay, now I'm just gonna, I think I'm gonna let this cool a little more, and then I will pull all the meat, because I want to remove the skin. Yeah, and that's sad. Oh, that skin's so good. But I don't want the skin in my soup. What I want is just the meat. All right, it cooled down a little bit. So I'm just gonna pull my chicken. Cut and pull. Like that. And I want it to be pulled. So I don't want like chunks, neatly cut. I want this chicken to be in shreds, chunks, a little bit of everything. It's a little easier if you use a fork, by the way, and you just pull like that. I'll show you. And get everything off of there. And it takes no time. And this is really flavorful chicken. And the rotisserie is just wonderful. That's about what? Looks like about 2 cups of meat, which is plenty. I'm just going to go through this and make sure I didn't miss any goodness. No waste. Alright. Yeah, that has a cartilage. That's good. Okay. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to peel my carrot, slice it thinly. I'm going to, well, let's come back. But you're going to, in this soup you can mix it up with what vegetables you want. But today's purposes, I'm going to add a carrot, some spring onions, some garlic, some mushroom. Yes, I'm putting mushroom in chicken soup. Imagine that. Some leek and some celery. And let me clean this up. Oh, and I'm going to put some noodles in it as well. And of course, my homemade chicken stock, which is still in the fridge. All right, so let me clean up this mess and we'll be back.